New details to bring you now on a story we told you about last week. The Army reservist alleged to have links to a neo-Nazi group is now missing. That's after the military confirmed that Corporal Patrick Matthews had been relieved of his duties following an investigation. The CBC's Karen Pauls has been following the story. She joins us now from Winnipeg. Hi, Karen. I know you've been talking to people who knew him, who know him rather. What did you learn?
Well, we learned that Patrick Matthews didn't show up for work on Monday, which is highly unusual. His boss last saw him last Friday when he asked for permission to leave early so he could turn in his military kit. He said he was resigning at that point. His boss expected to hear from him Monday morning like he always does. He gets a phone call from him early in the morning asking what his assignment will be for the day at his construction company. He didn't get that call, and when he phoned Matthews, the phone went straight to voicemail, something he says is very unusual unless Matthews is in a no-cell area. He always answers his phone. And then later on in the day, his father phoned the workplace and asked if Matthews was there. Of course, he was not, and that's what got everybody worried. The father did file a missing persons report with the RCMP that night, Monday night. RCMP say they're investigating this purely as a missing persons investigation. There is no warrant for his arrest, no charges are pending. They're just looking for him. But people who know him are worried that he's been gone so long. The last time he was seen was Saturday night.
And remind us again, Karen, exactly what he is sort of being accused of.
Right, so he was the focus of a series by one of the Winnipeg newspapers here, the Winnipeg Free Press. One of their reporters went undercover to investigate what looked like a recruiting campaign by an organization called The Base. And it's believed to be one of the most extreme far-right organizations in existence now on 3 different continents. And they're looking for members in North America, in Winnipeg here. So this reporter went and got through a whole bunch of the screening process, and part of his last screening was to meet in person somebody here in Winnipeg that he later identified as Patrick Matthews. Now, we know that the RCMP and the military are investigating for alleged involvement with this group, but there's no charges have been laid, and this is still all an investigation. Yeah. Nothing's been proven.
Yeah. So I just heard you interrupt. I just wanted to
that they're looking for now.
Right, and there was sort of a little bit of confusion about what action the military and or the RCMP was taking. I had a chance today. I was actually sitting down with General Jonathan Vance, who is the Chief of Defense Staff, doing a wide-ranging interview that's going to air next week. But of course, I wanted to ask him about this specific case. Let's play what he had to say, and then Karen, I'll get your reaction.
His situation is covered by the Privacy Act, right? We got to be careful. So he is being effectively administered. I think it's been announced that he has been relieved from the performance of military duties, which is essentially suspended. And I don't know at what stage the release process is at, and really not mine to say, but he's being dealt with. What I said publicly is, the first indications that there might be a problem there occurred in April, where he was counseled at unit level. Didn't go any higher than that, counsel in April. By July, because of other things that I can't talk about, by July, I said he was under full-fledged analysis and investigation by our National Counterintelligence Unit. And so then the Winnipeg Free Press story, which I said in a scrum that Ryan Thorpe did a great job. It's a really good story. We learned things from that. So fair ball. And as we learn, we take additional action.
So Karen, D&D yesterday had said that Mr. Matthews had been relieved of his duties and wasn't expected back at work. I think lots of people interpreted that as fired. General Vance there saying, no, it's a suspension.
Well, and even last week, General Vance, I looked back at that transcript. He said that back in April, Matthews had requested a release. And in yesterday's statement from the military, they said they were expediting his request for a release in the same statement that they said they were relieving him of his duties. So some confusion about that. And his boss said that he was actually voluntarily handing in his kit and resigning. So whether or not that's the case, or if he was fired or released or let go, what we do know is that that investigation is ongoing. The military knows that there are some people involved in white supremacist ideologies in its members, and they're doing what they can to sort of root that out. But the question remains, how good of a job are they doing? How good of a job are they at screening these people out in the first place? And how quickly will they act when they find out that someone is involved in that sort of a thing, Vashi?
For sure, all valid questions. Thanks so much, Karen. That's Karen Pauls for us in Winnipeg. Hi, I'm Vashi Capellos, host of Power in Politics. See more of our show by subscribing to the CBC News channel or click the link for another video. Thanks for watching.